You've taken the action, you've invested in yourself, you've done the healings, you've done the mindset work, you've done the strategies. You've learned so many strategies, you could probably teach your own classes on strategies. So why does it still feel like something is holding you back? Because what's keeping you stuck isn't logical, it's subconscious. Hey, beautiful human. Well, it's me, Rebecca Weiner McGregor, and welcome to another episode of Effective Immediately, the show where we talk mindset, abundance, healthy emotions, and leadership, and I give you a mindset shift that you can make effective immediately. Yes, I still teach mindset shifts. Yes, I still want to give you some instant relief, some awareness shifts. But yes, we are going to be talking about the subconscious mind and its power today. All right. I had a client who came to me frustrated because she had done everything right. She was very successful. She was working with the top coaches. She was learning all the strategies, doing all the things that she was supposed to be doing. And she had built this most amazing life that looked really good from the outside. But inside, she still felt anxious. She still hesitated before making big moves. And she carried a weight, a heaviness on her that she just couldn't name. She thought that she needed another strategy tweak, right? What she actually needed was to release the subconscious programming that was keeping her stuck in an over-effort and second-guessing pattern. Take that in for just a moment. This is where most people get stuck because they think if they push harder, especially my dear Gen X friends, the overdoers, overthinkers who've had to take care of themselves and everyone else for a very long time, if we just push harder, then we'll break through. But if the subconscious mind is running an old program, no amount of effort will override it. Let's just take that in for a second, because this is probably the number one frustration that my clients have, because they're doers. They're movers. They're getting things done. They're professionals. They're high achievers. And you can't effort your way out of an outdated subconscious pattern. You can't think your way out of this old response. But you can hypnotize your way out, right? Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. Once we shifted and once we recognized and acknowledged, we don't have to blame the old pattern, right? This isn't about blame. This is about acknowledgement. So if you're sitting there judging yourself because your operating system is old and outdated and you need an upgrade, that's not necessary. Give yourself some love here. Give yourself some kindness and some grace because you found the answer. You found the answer why all the stuff wasn't working, and she found the answer why all the doing, why all the efforting wasn't working. So once we healed those old patterns, rewrote the new programming, or rewrote the programming and made it new, made it match her goals, she felt unstuck. She felt free. That's probably the most common word that's used with my clients in my practice. They feel free. And they feel energized and they feel magnetic. And that's a really spectacular place to be once you have spent a lot of time feeling stuck, feeling stagnant, feeling stalled. All right, so this chasing energy went away and she started to be open to receiving. If this resonates, keep listening because today I'm going to share with you exactly why this happens and how to break free from these old patterns. All right, so here's the thing. You don't have a strategy problem. Yes, you can still sign up for all the things and learn all the strategies. That is no issue, right? You can still learn all the techniques. You can still collect all the certifications that you want. But ultimately, you don't have a strategy problem. You have a subconscious pattern problem. Your subconscious mind controls 95% of your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Yeah, 95%. So if you're trying to only operate from your conscious mind, you're trying to effort your way through, you can see why this is like trying to stop a tidal wave. And sometimes it feels like that, right? Sometimes you wake up in the morning running an old pattern, feeling stressed out before you even have time to think about what it is that you want for your day. If there's an unhealed imprint tied to success, visibility, or receiving at a new level, you'll keep hitting an invisible ceiling, no matter how much action you take. We can shift that, okay? This is why people who do all the right things, make all the right moves, do all the right strategies, still feel stuck, still feel like they're just not getting the traction they want, still feel like they can't let themselves be seen. They can't let themselves be successful. Now, if working harder were the answer, you'd already be where you want to be, right? The real reason you haven't broken through yet is that the subconscious mind is designed for familiarity, not success. I know, it stinks. Every time I say that, I get comments, I get feedback that says, oh my gosh, what? I want more success. I want to move forward. I want my next level. I'm here. I'm doing all the things. But our subconscious mind is designed for familiarity and safety. So if your nervous system, if your subconscious mind equates your next level with risk, instability, or something that you're not used to, it can sabotage you to keep you safe. Yeah, so you wonder why you sabotage yourself all the time? You wonder why you say you're going to do this action, but you take an opposite action? You wonder why you stop yourself from going for an opportunity and you can't quite figure out what stopped you? It's because your next level feels unsafe, because something in the past that you went for, that you wanted, activated a feeling in you that said you couldn't have it, you weren't worthy of it, you weren't the kind of person who could have success. It just doesn't match the kind of life that you thought you would have for yourself. And it's not bad, right? We don't want to be angry with our subconscious mind. This desire for familiarity, this desire for safety, it's a really loving act, right? So be very gentle with yourself, be loving with yourself, because I know you've been working hard. I know you've been doing everything that you think you're supposed to be doing in order to get where you want to go. Okay, so this means that if you're feeling that feeling of uncertainty, or things are hard, or that you're second guessing every move, this just means that your subconscious mind isn't blocking you. It's protecting you based on outdated programming. And instead of trying to push through the resistance, you need to rewire the subconscious patterns that keep it in place. The fastest way to do that is subconscious reprogramming and nervous system regulation. And that's done in hypnosis. And even if you've tried other hypnotists, you've tried other modalities that say they do this, there is an opportunity here for you. There's an opportunity here for you to break through, for you to see what is possible for you by truly clearing those old patterns and then designing what comes next based on your desires. Success shouldn't feel like you're dragging yourself uphill, right? And often the dragging feeling, the feeling like we're dragging ourselves uphill, that can be an old feeling that is related to success. And you might even feel like you're doing everything right because it feels hard. We're going to talk about that in another episode, okay? Just because it feels hard doesn't mean it's working, right? Just because it feels like you're rolling that boulder uphill and you equate success with working really hard doesn't mean that you're actually getting anywhere. So take a pause, take a breath, be really loving with yourself, because this is a very frustrating thing. Often we feel like there's a story running, or we don't even realize there's a story running, that we have a subconscious pattern And it's telling us that success is not for us. It's telling us that moving forward in this way, it's got to be hard because I'm trying to stop you, right? That's the subconscious messaging. It's got to be hard because that's the only way I can stop you. And then on the other side of it, you might be thinking, well, everyone says that success is hard, so this must be what it feels like. It doesn't have to be like that. Success doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be grinding. It doesn't have to be exhausting and burning you out. That's an old story. Okay, like I said, we'll talk about that more in another episode. Okay. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this today, but I want to give you a mindset shift, right? So this is from your conscious awareness, not your subconscious programming, but I want to access this and acknowledge this right away with some energy today so that you can start to feel the difference, okay? When you're feeling like you can't get where you want to go, or like you're pushing the boulder up the hill, or it's just not moving, things just aren't moving the way that you want to, I want you to take a pause, lower your eyelids just halfway or 2/3 of the way. You don't have to close them, but put your hand on your heart and ask yourself, what's the real story running in the background? And you can even ask yourself, what does my subconscious mind believe about it? What does my subconscious mind believe about success? So as you think about that, answers may pop into your mind. Some of us are skilled at talking to our subconscious mind without even realizing it. If you get an answer, you get a response that makes sense for you. That's your answer. And you know now what patterns that you can look at. And the best part is when you work with me, you don't need to know the root. You don't need to know how to undo the pattern. I walk you through everything step by step. But here today, I want you now to fully close your eyes if you can. Put your hand on your heart. And I want you to picture the version of you who has everything you desire. And notice how she moves. Notice how she decides and how she holds herself. What's different? What's different? What has she released? And what has she claimed? When you're doing this work, there is a part of you, your higher self, your divine self, however you want, your spirit, however you want to define it, is pulling you forward. It is moving you forward, beckoning you to come into this next level of yourself, to become the next version of yourself that can have everything that you want, right? It's beckoning you forward into becoming the person that you're supposed to be, into growing into that person. And part of it will be deciding what you're claiming for yourself, how you think of yourself, and what you're willing to release, what you're willing to rewrite in order to get to be that person. So I invite you to explore this beautiful opportunity that you have to connect with yourself, to picture that version of yourself who's already got everything that you want, and just spend some time thinking about, what do I want? How will it feel? How do I want it to feel? What have I claimed for myself when I have everything that I want? What have I released? What old stories have I let go of? And what old patterns am I willing to release? And because I know that you love to do everything, take the action, you can reach out to me at callwithrebecca.com or send me a DM wherever you see this message, and we can get together for your consultation and get you started to release these patterns so you can move forward. It's so much easier than you think, and it feels so freeing and so powerful. Your personal power gets to expand in a really special way, and I can't wait for you to have that for yourself. Okay, spend some time with her, your next level version of yourself, the version of you that has everything that you want, and then reach out with your answers, and I'd love to support you. Take really good care of yourself, take really good care of your mind, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.